Sue Patempa of Hawthorne Woods writes, Lynn, on Tuesday morning we'll be able to watch one of the rarest of astronomical events. Venus will pass between the sun and the earth. The last time the transit of Venus occurred was back in 1882. Do you have any suggestions for music to listen to while watching the transit of Venus? Sue, what science fiction conspiracy of blindness compels you to suggest we come up with music to watch the transit of Venus? Don't you know that looking at the sun will burn tiny holes in your eyes? Don't you know that every article about the transit of Venus explains how you can only view the transit with special solar filters? Right, solar filters. Honey, the guys want to watch the transit of Venus this morning. Do you know where our solar filter is? Well, the last time I looked, it was right next to the calipers. The calipers? Yeah, the calipers we use to measure the size of Uncle Olaf's head. Never mind, I'll just use these sunglasses you found at the beach and take a look. Ah, my eyes! That's my point. Who has solar filters? Not too many people. We start talking about how the transit of Venus hasn't been visible since 1882, and people will start taking shortcuts. I don't have a solar filter, but plastic 3D movie glasses might do the trick. And as far as dazzling astronomical phenomena go, the transit of Venus is somewhat underwhelming. Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson, director of the Hayden Planetarium, said, "It's kind of slow and boring." Well, thank you, Mr. Astrophysicist. Let's see if I can explain this in purely scientific terms. Imagine Uncle Olaf's giant head is the sun. Well, if the light hits its forehead in just the right angle, that can make you blind too. Okay, Uncle Olaf's giant head is the sun. The progress of Venus across the sun would be much like a lentil sliding across Uncle Olaf's face if he went to take a nap on the couch and didn't notice a legume poised on the outer edge of his cheek. And since we're talking about the dangers of staring at the sun, whenever I planned on getting blind, Hendrix was the musical answer.
He took me past the outskirts of infinity, and when he brought me back, he gave me Venus, which is rain.
The band Train seemed impressed by the second planet.
Tell me, Venus, blow your mind.
Venus, the goddess of love, is justly celebrated in song, from Mink DeVille's Venus of Avenue D to the Smashing Pumpkins' Annie Dog, who is totally interplanetary.
She is Venus, she is Mars, she's electric, and the stronger
In the Aerosmith song, Dude Looks Like a Venus.
love would be wise, do her love in disguise. She has the body of a Venus, no,
You'll find Venus in songs like the Replacements' Alex Chilton, Paul McCartney, Venus and Mars, the Red Hot Chili Peppers' Subway to Venus, and the Bare Naked Ladies who would trade it all in.
And if I was John and you were Yoko, I would gladly give up musical genius just to have you as my very own personal Venus.
But Peter Gabriel saw through the goddess.
I trusted my Venus was untouched in her shell, but the poles and her oysters were tacky as hell.
As a celestial body, Venus should be one of the best, but also she's one of the most fickle. Is she the morning star or the evening star? And for all her sparkle from afar, if you were to visit her, you'd find nothing but the heat and stench of poison. Tuesday morning, Venus might dress herself up like a mole by Cindy Crawford's lips, but with the proper solar filter, you might just see a piece of food on Uncle Olaf's head. This is 93 XRT.